Good day, Freshies! Welcome back to another topics of learning mathematics. I am Teacher Ivy, ang iyong kadolo sa Math 7. This is the new day for fun and exciting learning in mathematics. Together, let's be math tibay, math talino, and math galing!
Mathematics can be challenging, but it can also be exciting. Discovering new topics that are amazing. You can surely enjoy this thing. Be math galing, be math galing. You can surely enjoy this thing.
As we are starting for today's task, I want you to bring out your pen and your self-learning module. Ready? Now and behold, it's time for us to explore the subset of real numbers. In this part of the lesson, your previous knowledge about rational and irrational numbers will be checked. Your learnings about these two concepts will equip you to the lesson of subsets of real numbers.
Given inside the box below a set of real numbers. Identify which numbers are rational and irrational numbers. Timer!
Time's up! These are the rational numbers. While the irrational numbers are square root of 3 and 5. Good job for accomplishing the task! I have heard a word puzzle. Having 11 different words were hidden in this puzzle. So, how many can you find? You may look up, down, across, backward, and diagonally. Good luck!
From the puzzle that you have answered earlier, recall the different terms you encountered including the set of real numbers. And together, let us determine the various subsets. Let us go back to the first time we encountered the numbers.
Mathematical knowledge should consist of a deep understanding of a number system, the system of real numbers. We will study how each subset in the mathematical system is dealt with.
Let us take a look at the basic subsets as they successively develop into the bigger set, which is a set of real numbers. Let's take a look at this picture. The figure shows the relationship of various kinds of numbers in the real number system. And these are the subsets of real numbers. It is said that a family that connects to one another lasts forever. This is just like the subsets of real numbers. Let us read and study the acrostic to better understand the subsets of real numbers. The real numbers family. Letter F. Form a strong bond with all your rational and irrational members. Letter A. Always remember integers and fractions may be in different places. Letter M. Make whole, fun, and memorable moments. Letter I. Ignore the negative differences. Letter L. Love and count them while you can. Life can be short. Letter Y. You can't be the zero. Keep them together for a happy ending. From the acrostic above, the underlined words such as rational, irrational, integers, fractions, whole, count, and zero are the subsets of real numbers. Let us discuss it one by one. One of the subsets of real numbers is the set of counting or natural numbers. This subset consists of all positive integers that we use to count. starting with 1. The subset would look like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Another subset is the whole numbers. This subset contains the counting numbers and 0. The subset would look like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. The third subset is the integers. This subset includes whole numbers, not a fractional number, that can be positive, negative, or 0. The subset would look like this. The next subset is the rational numbers. This subset includes all numbers that can be expressed as a fraction, or numbers with non-terminating and repeating decimals. Example of rational numbers are 5 and 34 hundredths, 6 over 7, and 0.13 with a bar. Lastly, we have the set of irrational numbers. This subset includes numbers that cannot be expressed as a ratio of two integers. It has decimal that goes on forever without any repeating pattern. Examples of rational numbers are square root of 2, 4.6265, and so on, Euler's number, and pi.
Let us see if you have familiarized yourself with the subset of real numbers.
Classify the real numbers to which subset of real numbers they belong. Use a tick mark to answer. You have 20 seconds to finish the activity. Timer! Time's up! Now, let us answer your activity. We have negative 3. It is an integer and a rational number, since it can be expressed as negative 3 over 1. 0. It is a whole number, an integer, and a rational number. 4 over 7 is a rational number. How about square root of 2? It is an irrational number, since this number cannot be written as a ratio between two integers. And last but not the least, 5 pence. It is a rational number, since it can be written as 1/2. It's good to know that you can now classify the real numbers to which subset it belongs. This time, let us determine what set or sets of real numbers represents the situation below. Number 1. The number of COVID-19 victims in the Philippines. It is a rational, whole, integer, and counting. Number 2. The number of employees affected by the ABS-CBN shutdown. It is a rational. The number 3, the percentage of the population live below the nation poverty line in the Philippines. It is a rational, whole, integer, and counting. Number 4, the ratio of teacher to students inside the classroom if face-to-face learning program will be implemented is 1:20. It is a rational, whole, integer, and counting. Number 5, Maria went home empty-handed because her employer suddenly closed the business. It is a rational.
You did a great job! in applying what you have learned. To summarize, let us take a look at this family tree of real numbers.
This set of real numbers is divided into two: rational and irrational numbers. Under rational numbers, it can be an integers or fractions whose denominator is not equal to 1. An integer is consisting of negative numbers and whole numbers, which are positive, and whole numbers are made up of 0 and counting or natural numbers.
For your assignment, read and study in advance all about scientific notation that's found in your self-learning modules. That's it for today, but learning does not end here. Always remember, if you're not willing to learn, no one can help you. If you're determined to learn, no one can stop you. Again, this is Teacher Ivy, ang iyong kadowo sa Math 7. I hope we help you become matibay, matalino, and magaling!